Okay, so today is going to be a little bit of a different video. This is going to be a how to remove and reinstall your factory 1998 to 2000 GMC Jimmy Envoy third brake light with the spoiler. A few disclosures. This window is off of a four-door Blazer, the slightly newer 2002, with the clamshell hatch. So the glass goes up and the tailgate bottom goes down instead of the whole tailgate going up, with the optional poppable glass. Again, it'll still work the same concept and everything. I'm just doing this on my 2002 Blazer to add the spoiler on. Again, this is if you guys, for whatever reason, have to take the spoiler off to replace the LED, or the factory neon with an LED like this one has. I'll make a video on that, on how to do that procedure as well. I just don't have a video on that because, one, I haven't quite done it myself. I've tried. It's very tricky to do, so you have to align the LED in there just right, because if you don't, because if you don't, you can, like, the light won't be dim, or it'll be dim, it won't be bright enough, and you'll need like a whole bunch of, it's a lot of trial and error. This one, fortunately, this spoiler's out of a junkyard. I just painted it, and it already had a factory third brake light LED in there. I guess because their neon blew out, like they all do. Don't know why GM decided to put a neon, but anyway, this one has already had it done. I have now a rough idea of where the placement is, so I can make that video on a non-working neon third brake light, because I have multiples of these. I have a handful, and I just want to add it to this window. I had to modify it because this one had the factory third brake light up here, and you just have to trim this, and it'll work. If somebody wants to do this, feel free to comment. I can help out as much as I can. Another disclosure, taking the window off the vehicle makes it a lot easier. As you see here, this window is my stock window. Again, I removed this, so I wanted to modify this window to have this spoiler on it. So again, the window off the vehicle helps. Your factory Jimmy window with the full tailgate is easy. This one has, you really can't see it, but there's 4 screws, 2 electrical defrost wires, and then your hatch struts. The Jimmy has a pin that slides in like roughly here, just on the back side. It's like a bracket with a pin that goes through like this. You just pull out these little retainer clips, push the pin out, and the whole window comes off after removing your struts and your electrical connector for the defrost. So again, window off helps, makes it go a lot easier, but you don't have to take the window off. It just, again, makes it easier. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how to remove the spoiler. I'm going to show you, again, to remove the spoiler, to do whatever you want to do to it, whether that be replace the light or re-adhere it. And then I'm going to show you how to use these factory clips. These are not factory. I can make these. If anyone needs a set of the factory clips that go on the glass like so, you can just attach it with just the tape, but I haven't had too much good luck. I've had on my 1998 Chevy Blazer that I did the same thing to, with adding a spoiler to it. It would slide down the glass. These clips, they don't look like much, and they adhere by tape. You wouldn't think it would do much, but it really does. And plus they're curved to the glass shape, etc., etc. So you need the clips. If anybody needs those clips, reach out, write a comment. I can email you or whatnot, and we can, ship out some clips for you. Not a big deal. So yeah, remove it. We're going to show you how to use the clips, and then we're going to show you how to reattach it. So without me rambling, those are the few disclosures that I can think of off the top of my head. Let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so to remove this spoiler, so on the vehicle, again, roughly it'll be sitting like so. So what I have had the best luck doing, I'm just going to lean this back up just so I can explain this. Again, off the window, or I'm sorry, off the car, the window off the car helps a huge amount, but you can do it. It's just makes it a little bit more challenging. So what I do is I first start up in this corner. I pry like a screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, or some type of trim removal tool in here, not to damage the wing, because this is made of like a thin, like rubbery kind of plastic material. But I pry it in here. I also like to use a like heat gun or like a even like a hair blow dryer to heat the tape up, because it uses tape along to attach to the window. Don't that's how it is from the factory, so that's why I'm reusing a 3M tape. So again, start in the corner, either corner, and I usually try and do the sides. And then I slowly, with heat and with persuasion, I just run that tool along the whole top all the way to the other side, and then the spoiler is loose. However, you have the factory clips. I can show you how to remove the clips. It's very simple. This is a left hand side clip, so on the glass it'll be like this. What you want to do is pry from, see how these have like a little, like if you will, like a step or like a little lip on them. You get a screwdriver and you just ever so slightly pop it up. I will say this, the center ones are much easier to get off, but the corner ones, for whatever reason, these clips in there like to put up a fight. Me taking this off of the junkyard window, or off of the junkyard window that I got it off of from the car, was a pain. You have to be kind of persuasive. It sounds like you're breaking it. I swear you're not. This will break before these. These are very like heavy duty, even though these are like a reprint. The factory ones are the same way. I just don't have a factory pair for this glass that I'm modifying. Now, again, to remove those, you just simply insert a screwdriver and just slowly pry at it, and then all of a sudden it'll just pop. And then you'll be good. So, now you don't have to, remove these from the window. If yours is an Envoy, the clips will be stuck to the glass. Again, it'll pry off the wing before it pries this whole clip off the glass. With me doing this multiple times, at least 4 or 5 times now, that's all the times that I've done it. And that's the case with each time. The spoiler will come off before these, so you don't have to worry about these coming off. But like I said, I don't have the clips on here anymore, so I have to redo these. So yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It's very simple to get it off. Just, again, take your time. The key thing with this is take your time, don't rush it, and it'll pop right off. So now we will go ahead and I'll show you how to reinstall. Okay, well, one coat of paint later. Again, I couldn't fill that little thing there, but on the car, I mean, my car is not perfect, but it would have been nice to be able to fill in these few little imperfections, but it doesn't look bad from far back, correct? So, anywho, that's what I was doing, was just painting this. So now I'm just going to lay it over, and this is what I like to do to apply the new tape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply tape here, run it along here and up here, and then I'm going to put tape in here from roughly about there to maybe there. And I'll show you guys where all my tape is, but I just want to show before the tape is on, and then run tape in through back here, so where this tapes onto the light. So yeah, I'm gonna run my tape, use some type of alcohol wipe just to clean the surface of any grease, or just to get it clean. And then what I use is 3M. I have 2 sizes. I have this size here. It's just an automotive acrylic attachment tape. It's just a double-sided tape. Any double-sided tape that is meant for automotive. Like this says body, side moldings, rocker panel trim, wheel flares, and other exterior trim. Any type of trim that trim 3M tape or just double-sided tape that is meant for, you know, like outdoor use will be fine. So I have this. This is a little bit thinner, which I'm going to put in here along top and underneath this piece here. And then this wider stuff I'm going to run on the long strip here and on the sides. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll show you a clip where I, you know, leave. There is a little gap, if you see right here. This is for the wire from the light to come out. So I'll show you, you know, to where to leave a gap so that your wire can come out. And yeah, so we will we'll keep on moving, but I just want to I just wanted to add this little clip in. And like I said, I'll put one more clip in showing where everything will be. So, all right, sounds good. Okay, so here's how I have the tape laid out. One side here, all the way down, a small little gap for the wire, continuing the tape, and then down to the side, along the thicker strip like where I showed, and then on the inside, where the light meets the spoiler. So, rough idea. Again, as long as you hit all the major spots like that come in contact with the window, you'll be fine. Plus you still have the clips. And now, next step, I will show you how to attach. Okay, so as you saw, and plus like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, all I did was just repaint this and then I put the tape on. Again, no mod to the third brake light because it's already been done. So yeah, once you're done doing what you have to do, now we're gonna go ahead and reinstall. So I'm going to take this spoiler off the glass. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so let me get my bearings right real quick. So that's gonna go like this on the window. Yeah, okay, so these go to match those. Okay, all right, so even with me doing this 5 or so times, I still need a little reminder. So when you go to reinstall this, if you're doing this on an Envoy, these clips will be on the glass. So all you'll have to do, which will make it a lot easier for your sake, is peeling the 3M tape that you have put on, peeling it all off of all the contact parts. Now, and all you'll have to do is just, so these will be on the glass like this, and you'll just have to try and line these up as best as you can. And then you'll just have to give a firm push on the pressure points along the spoiler, and they will clip into the glass, or into the clips. The spoiler will clip into like that. And then you'll be pretty much done. Just let it adhere, preferably. Again, if you take the window off, you can let it adhere inside for a few days and it'll be good. If you're doing it outside, just make sure it's warm out rather than like a rainy or cold, or, you know, based on your climate, you want to do it a time frame that it'll properly adhere. You want to give it at least a day, maybe more, depending on the weather. Like if it's going to rain, I wouldn't put it on the next day or drive it or take it out of a garage, etc., etc. Ouch. But if you do not have the clips on the glass like me, in my case, all you want to do, so you see how these have like a little bump here? You're going to want to line that up like this. And these do have a left, corresponds with the left, center, and right. So again, you're just going to want to click this into place. Oh, a little stubborn, but it will go. I need 2 hands. Bear with me. Nope. Come on. There we go. Again, stubborn, but it will go. Whoops, what am I doing here? Okay, and just again, all it's going to take is you just going along and attaching all of these. Now it looks like that will get in the way, so I'm going to have to peel this now. But yeah, so just peel your tape. This just clips in. Again, bear with me. Need 2 hands for this. There we go. And you will know when it's in. It'll do that noise, that loud pop. Sorry, I can't film it. I don't have a cameraman. I'm just doing this solo. Oh gosh. There we go. That one's in. And then we'll get our right one and pop that in. All right. Oh gosh. So now you're left with your clips. Now the fun part, the tedious part of lining this up properly on the glass. So as you see with this window, because this spoiler has, well, not the same spoiler, but this Envoy spoiler has been on this glass, and your factory window will have the same like rough line, tape line from it. You can kind of see a faint line, and even where the clips were. Again, clean your window, Windex or whatnot. You can even use some like rubbing alcohol or something to re-wipe, but I'm confident in my window that it's, you know, it's not gonna, there's no grease or wax or anything on it. So roughly when you go to put this window on, you want half, so you see this trim bezel, see how this runs along the side? There's about half and half on the side. That's honestly the best way. You can't really finger gap adjust or finger measure, I should say. But you want to have it, roughly halfway. Again, if your Envoy has the clips, it'll self-align itself, but you might want to help a little to guide it. And then along the top, you want to have a finger along the whole top. So as you see with the tape, and see how my finger fits in perfect. Between the bezel and the tape line. That's what you want to do. So the tedious part, and of course I can't really record and do this at the same time, but you're going to want to peel your tape off of everything. Make sure that your wires are going through the designated slot before you put it down, because if your wires are tucked like that, oh boy, then you got to take it back apart. But no, so again, make sure that that's aligned. You could even put like a dab of super glue or something there, just to prevent it, or you can run a piece of like electrical tape over it just to make sure it's holding in place. But you're going to want to set it down slowly and just watch your sides. And then once you get it on, just push firmly on everything, like along the whole spoiler. And then you're going to want to use your clips here and just clamp her down, clamp, and then along the top. I try and use 2 on the side. You want to really watch this corner here, the corner that is like right here. Sometimes they like to lift. It's not going to be the end of the world. It just kind of looks a little goofy because, the spoiler's lifted off the glass about a fingernail gap. But that's just me being meticulous. So again, just be very gingerly with it. Watch your sides. And this is the part where time management really matters. Do not rush it. So I'm going to put the phone down, and I'm going to try and do this myself. 2 hands is nice, but you can do it solo. So we will go ahead and pick this back up once I get this on the glass. Okay. Well, good news, it's on. The hard part is done. Again, unfortunately, the only problem with doing this is it's never going to be like the factory. This one being the me trying to wire this into the trying to mount this on a non Jimmy Envoy window, is the wire is, it's a little bit out of place and it has to run along the top. But again, that's not the end of the world. And, you know, you can try your best to line up the edges, like I said, but as you see that little gap, again, it's never going to be perfect, but it's going to be on there. I mean, already it's not budging at all. Those clips, the tape, I mean, I could probably lift it by that, but I just want to show you again, just put some pressure on it. It's not budging at all. So again, I would leave the clips on the window for at least 24 hours before you start driving the car with the wind pulling at the edge here. And periodically just move your clips around, like move this one over, move this one over here, move that one, you know, maybe on this corner here. Try and always keep pressure on the side here, because this is, again, where you can easily peel them up. So like I'm going to move this clip there now, and I'm going to move this clip up here. If I can walk it up there, move that up there, move this one down just a hair, and see that that'll rub right off that little mark there. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I would rather have it be adhered on there than, you know, have it falling off. So again, just move your clips around. Let this at least go for a day before you put it on the car, just to be safe. And I do want to say this, I know not everybody can just take their window off and leave their car sit outside, or, you know, without a window on the back. I get that. I get it. I understand. I'm fortunate enough to have, this is a stock window off my Blazer. I do have another window on it. That's off of a, can't really see, but because the screen, but that's off of a 1996 Oldsmobile Bravada. It's the same window, but it has a built-on spoiler as well. So I'm fortunate to have two windows, one kept on the car while I do this to the stock window inside. Again, it just makes it a little bit more tedious having to work with the car in the way, but you can do it. Just, again, makes it easier if you can, I mean, hey, leave it in a garage and just take the window off for a day and just do it. Or if you can't, just work with what you got and you can mount it on up. Again, I will be making a video eventually on how to rebuild, if you will, your third brake light in there. As you see, this one is lined up perfectly. I'll just touch on it a hair in this video. So you see how it's faced, you see how sharp of an angle this light is at? The neon tube runs literally from here all the way across to the other side. And it's a round tube, it's an oval like tube like this, and it sits in little holders, and that whole tube, that whole round thing lights up from the base all the way to here. So you get a lot of light out of it. But when you go to put a neon or a LED, see how the little dots in there, or the little electrode lights, whatever you want to call them, they're only get a little round circle of light out of all of these. But if you look at them from straight on, the little electrode or whatever, the little LED in there points straight out. And if you don't have that strip on just the right angle, it'll be dim. I have some pictures I can show. So again, as you saw, that was me personally trying to do that to my other spoiler I have before I got somehow managed to find a working housing. But again, you know, you have to have the LED just angled just right, like how this one is. Again, it's up there and it's facing straight. You have to just you have to take the spoiler on and off, but obviously without the tape on, but, you know, just clipping the clips on it onto the spoiler to hold it while you're standing far enough back to make sure that the light pollution is evenly dispersed and it's not too dim. It can never be too bright in my eyes, but so again, you want to be able to have that light on just the right angle. It's a lot of messing with. I've spent, when I was trying to do it the first time, a handful of hours. I mean, maybe 2 or 3 nights of doing it for 2 hours a piece, or you know, in the day you have to check it in the day more so than the night, because at night the light is bright enough even if you don't have it angled right. Again, I'm just rambling at this point, but if you decide and elect to put this swap in, you have to get it done right. Or what I've also seen is people take the stock third brake light that sits on the stock Blazer and Blazer 2-door, 4-door, and the Jimmys without the spoiler. They take the factory third brake light that sits on the glass or on the roof, and they get rid of this whole lens and they just stick it in here upside down. I'll insert a picture. As you see, it doesn't look the best, but it does work. You can do that, or you can just put what I did a few years ago is on my 1998 Blazer that I just had this. I covered this up with a wrap, like a automotive film wrap, black, to make it look like it didn't have a third brake light, if you will. And I went to a junkyard. I got a 19, God, what year was that? It was a Jeep Grand Cherokee, like an older unit. And I got the inside third brake light that attaches to the Grand Cherokee window, and I 3M double-sided taped the light third brake light housing along the back side of the window. Let me see if I can show you. I put it like roughly in the center here, and it would shine through the window underneath the spoiler, and I still could say I had, you know, be street legal with a third brake light. I've done a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of people, you know, I even saw somebody put a square, kind of look like a trailer light in here. I'll insert that picture as well. I've seen someone do that, which is a little strange, but you have to have a third brake light if the vehicle comes factory with it. Unless your state doesn't require a third brake light, but I'm pretty sure every state is. I mean, pretty much every new car is mandatory to have that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. So yeah, again, enough of me rambling. Once you get your spoiler on, I'd give it about 24 hours of just, you know, sitting on here with the clips, or without driving it. Like if you leave this outside, or like if you're doing it on the car, just leave the car sit for a day, preferably in good weather, so that you don't have to run the risk of like the tape getting wet or it being too cold and the tape not adhering right. But again, this thing is, I mean, it's moving the whole glass. So yeah. A lot of talking, but I just want to get that all out there. Please, if anybody is doing this, write a comment. If you need help, or if you need the clips, or, you know, I'm very responsive on my YouTube account. So if anybody is doing this or needs more input on the lights or on how to attach the spoiler, if I miss something, you know, just please feel free to comment. I will respond back to you. So anywho, that's roughly how to attach this. Again, that sucks, but I have had one on a 2000 GMC Envoy had the factory clip still on, and the spoiler was in much better shape than this, but the corner wasn't lifted at all. If it was lifted a hair, maybe like that much. But see how, you know, again, and plus it's this plastic, and on how sharp of an angle with this window, it's kind of hard to do, but it's on there. It's not coming off. I think that'll suffice. So thanks again for watching. Hopefully you can do this project on your own, and stay tuned for the next video. Again, a little bit different than what I normally do, but hey, hopefully this helps. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video on the Blazer, or I'm working on some stuff in the background. I'm ordering some parts and stuff like that. So this will eventually go on there once the weather gets a little better, because tomorrow they're supposed to be calling for snow, but we'll see how that goes. So this will stay off the car for a little while. Just gonna order some more suspension parts like I'm doing, and keep that project on the roll. But thanks again for watching. Let's keep these things on the road. They're a dying breed, if you will. So yeah, hopefully if you're attempting this little project, or if you want to add a spoiler like what I did, and you know, live that fantasy of having the rare third or the spoiler with the rare third brake light and all that stuff, here you go. Hopefully this helps. Again, write a comment if need be, if you want some help, and yeah, that'll be it. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Okay, as I'm editing this, I wanted to also add, I don't know if you saw in one of the last few clips I was making, I'm like, ooh, like, oh, move the clips, and I'm like, uh-oh, why is that leaving that mark there? It looks like I'm gonna have to touch that up, but however, I just was thinking, I'm like, might as well say this so I save someone else from doing that. It's a learning channel, so take it as you will, but maybe use a microfiber towel, fold it a few times, and just clamp onto the microfiber so that it's not, you know, it's the soft microfiber pushing down on the spoiler. Just a little editing thing that I was thinking of watching the video. I'm like, I should probably do that. So that's what I just got done doing. And plus, again, keep moving your clips. That's what I want to say. Emphasize on that. Keep moving your clips and take your time.